This is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Tromik.
And I'm Jimmy Parks.
Welcome back, everyone.
It's Christmas time.
Yes, the
Merry
Christmas edition.
Annual Christmas episode.
Well, it's been the month of Christmas. Did you put Christmas music behind us talking right here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, not copyrighted, but, it works.
Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome back, everybody. Hey, it is officially the week of Christmas. If you're listening to this, you may be driving to family friends on Route 78. Family or friends. You might be on Route 80 right now. You might be on the Turnpike. Maybe you're on the Garden State Parkway.
The White Horse Pike.
The White Horse Pike.
The Black Horse Pike, possibly even.
Here's my suggestion, though. If you are listening on a car ride, maybe you brought your little brother. You guys had to drive together.
Little Timmy.
In your uncomfortable Christmas sweaters to see your grandmother. This is your time to get somebody else to listen to our podcast and to force them to listen to it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm hoping that somebody's in that situation right now.
Love
and
it.
There's a new individual hearing our voices.
On
saying,
Christmas.
Maybe on Christmas. Maybe on Christmas Eve,
People opening up gifts, listening to the pod.
Imagine that's the tradition. Oh, Lord, it would be not good. That would not be good. But hey, guys, welcome back.
Welcome to all the new listeners.
I'm sad it's the week of Christmas.
I know, because we won't have this for another 365 days again.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's a double-edged sword. And here's what I mean by that. I get so excited for Christmas, but it goes so fast now. But on the same level, the whole year goes fast. So we'll be right back here before we know it.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah, I think I'm realizing you don't need to look forward to anything. Just kind of enjoy where you're at. That's kind of my new philosophy.
I'm trying to learn to live in the moment.
I couldn't have said it.
Take in every little day.
Did you make that up? Live in the moment?
I've heard someone say that before.
Oh,
I can't take credit. No,
copyright that.
I'm trying. I'm just so happy to be here with the boys. There's nothing like it.
I'm happy to be back as well. Did you guys get your Christmas shopping done?
Yeah, it's pretty much been done in the past 4 weeks. I actually got on it like December 1st this year.
Nice.
Amazon, man, it changes the game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it kind of kills the Christmas joy by just shopping on Amazon, though. So I still like going to the mall and getting some product. There's something you have to go out and get a Christmas gift. Amazon makes it easier, but you have to go to the mall.
What malls have you been to?
Shore Hills, Woodbridge, Menlo Park, Garden State Plaza.
Did the whole tour.
Yeah, all the malls in my area, all the main malls.
Wow.
You have to walk through Macy's at least once.
What was Woodbridge Mall like?
It's the Woodbridge Mall Macy's is nicer than the Menlo Macy's. That's why I like it. It's it looks like they renovated it. The Menlo Macy's feels like you're still in the early 2000s. It really hasn't been updated for a while. It's a good feeling, but it's also kind of just dead. They need to update it. But the Woodbridge one has way more Christmas decorations, so you kind of feel more in the Christmas vibe.
Still amazes me is that there's two Macy's right down the street from each other.
And they're both so mobbed. Every mall in the area has a Macy's. Macy's is absolutely murdering it.
They kill the mall game.
So yeah, I didn't buy anything from Macy's, but I just like walking through Macy's.
I was in Short Hills Mall last night.
That's your stomping grounds now.
Yeah, I have been going like twice a week.
Wow.
I ran into a listener last week at Sephora. She was an employee.
Nice. How did she approach you?
She just was like, I was listening to you on the way here, from the area. It's really, really sweet. But that's, besides the point. I really, really enjoy Short Hills Mall.
It's a great mall.
It's such a good atmosphere. And again, most of the stores I don't even go into them because it's like Chanel and, what do I want from Chanel?
Some Gucci loafs.
The Rolex store. But it's just fun. At Christmas, it feels nice.
That's what I've been saying, man. You got to just walk through a mall. Even if you're not buying anything, just walk through a mall.
Just for the experience.
The Christmas music, the packed mall.
Have you heard those playlists that are, like my favorite Christmas playlist on YouTube is Christmas music from another room? Have you heard of that?
No.
It's like basically lo-fi Christmas music.
Cool.
It sounds like if the room next to us was playing it. So it's very nostalgic feeling, there's a lot of vibes flying around.
Yeah.
There's another one I heard called Christmas Music in a Mall.
Huh. Whoa. Isn't that just like a normal Christmas
And
music?
last night I was walking and I heard it in the mall where there's this weird echo that mall music has.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, isn't that just because it's in a main open hall?
Probably, but that's the effect they put on it. Let me see if I can find it. Christmas
Oh, so it actually
music
sounds like that.
from a mall.
Yeah, play us a track so we can kind of hear
Christmas
this.
music, but you're in an empty mall. Tell me if
What?
tell me if this clicks with you, because I think I got to connect my Bluetooth. But tell me if this sounds accurate to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, I think you just messed up my life.
So last night I'm walking in the mall with June, and it wasn't this loud. It was more like here. Let me lower the levels. And
Yeah.
it's echoing. It's also like if
So
you,
that's the whole playlist. They all sound like that.
if you've ever seen Polar Express, the perfect example of this audio effect
wow.
is when they get to the North Pole and they're walking through. There's like a present factory, or maybe they're walking in the downtown area and it's empty. And the music is just reverberating through.
Yeah.
It sounds like the same sort of
You're right.
effect.
It is super echoey like that.
Yeah, it sounds the same. I love the effect.
What's your favorite Christmas song? If you had to pick one,
Oh gosh.
because my favorite Christmas song, I think I figured it out this year, is I had to look at my playlist. The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole.
I was gonna say that one's been hitting this year.
Can
different.
you play that in the mall version though? I want to hear that with the mall effect because I'm about to cry. I think it's so beautiful. This playlist is gonna be like nonstop the next few days until Christmas comes. Maybe even after Christmas too.
Got it.
Something about those chords in the beginning, bro.
Nat King Cole is unbelievable. I don't know
Unreal.
what he was doing. but
Unreal.
Here you go.
Oh.
Mess me up.
Kind of weird, isn't it? It feels
is.
dreamlike.
I think I like the version with the people talking in the background too. I kind of like the idea of being in a mall all by myself, but at the same time, I like having the people in the background. So
This is exactly what it sounded like last night when I was walking around. Santa was taking pictures, and all right.
when there's no like talking in the background, it sounds like you're at the mall during closing time. Like they're about to shut the doors, you're the last one in, you're rushing to get out, buying that last second gift. Man, I love the Christmas season, bro. This is such a special time.
It's incredibly special, and I said maybe a few weeks ago to somebody, it's the greatest expression of culture I've ever experienced.
It really
Christmas
is.
in America. Christmas, I guess this is it's probably similar in Europe, but Christmas in America, man. You asked my favorite song, and I love that song. It's a
Yeah.
great one. I love White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
Classic.
And have you ever watched the movie?
White Christmas?
Yeah.
No.
You should watch it.
You know, I'm very uncultured when it comes to some of these older Christmas movies.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I need to be better.
What I wonder, and this is what I was thinking the other day, is what was going on? I mean, just the art around Christmas, especially in the 1930s, well, really the 40s, 50s, and 60s and
Yeah.
70s. It's like, what was going on? And it still is today. We're still making new stuff, but there was such a high value placed on it as a holiday.
Yeah.
And the art that was created was so amazing,
Yeah.
so unbelievable that you like White Christmas is such a great song. And what I always try to figure out is it amazing to me because I affiliate it with the holiday and the feelings of childhood, or is it just amazing in general? Like that Nat King Cole song, I think is universally beautiful.
Like they can't make a song like that today.
And the way and his voice and Bing Crosby's album, even
Unreal.
the other one, Vince Guaraldi's Charlie Brown Christmas, that's like my favorite Christmas album. It's an amazing album.
They're all
Yeah.
so good, bro.
It's so good.
yeah.
I don't know.
Nobody's making Christmas albums anymore.
Well, they are, but they just do covers.
They're not timeless
Yeah,
though.
and they just do covers.
Yeah.
It
When
sounds
was-
like your classic pop song.
Yeah.
I mean, the last original Christmas song that still gets played a lot of airtime is probably the Ariana Grande song. I feel like.
Which one does she do?
Did she write that song, or was that her song?
I'm
Santa
not
Baby.
sure.
I don't know.
But the other day on 106.7, they played a Meghan Trainor Christmas song.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, I turned it off. I was enjoying this Christmas music. And then they played a Meghan Trainor song. I was like, what is this? Stop playing this new stuff.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
garbage.
Filth. But I'm also like super bummed. I think the only thing we're missing in the Garden State this Christmas season is snow. Like, we just had that crazy rainstorm this past weekend. I feel like the past few years, we just haven't had snow on Christmas.
No, I don't remember the last snowy Christmas.
I've been playing golf every December the past few years.
This
Like, it's
is
messed
hold
up.
on. This is why you guys need to watch the movie White Christmas.
Why?
Because this is the premise to the movie.
Oh, they don't have snow?
They go to Vermont to get away to the snow, and there's no snow. It's such a good movie. You got to watch it. But
Yeah, it sounds like a 2023.
it's a tale as old as time. They're not having snow. I was on the New Jersey subreddit the other day, and someone posted, "Does anyone just not feel the Christmas spirit? It's so warm right now." And I'm like, "Nah, I actually feel it." I mean,
No, I really do feel it too.
I have a baby now, so to me, it's
Yeah.
like, guys, if you want to feel Christmas forever, just have kids.
Just have a kid.
Yeah, because it starts over. Everything starts over. This is the cheat code is basically
To relive your childhood memories, have your own child.
well, yeah, you turn 15, 16, and you're like, oh, Christmas is dead. You know, it's not what it used to be. And you know, that goes on for like a decade. Like you go to college, and so that continues. You love Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas, but you come back and, you know, you have a kid, and it's kind of like you start the track over again.
Yeah.
And so it's fun. I mean,
I love going over to Josh's house, and like he'll just be like, "Josh, watch this," and he puts on a Christmas song for his daughter June, and her face just like lights up.
she likes country music now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's a big country head, but I don't know. It is funny how it starts over.
It's crazy.
Hey guys, before we get into some of the mailbags, I heard a story this weekend that I think I need to share with you guys.
Okay.
Ooh.
And a friend of mine, this is hilarious. A friend of mine was telling me he went to Italy and he went to the Vatican.
Yeah.
And he was saying that there was this guy giving a tour of the Vatican, and I guess he was in training to become something within the Catholic Church, but he's giving a tour of the Vatican, and you can get selected to go underneath the Vatican into Peter's tomb, I guess, where they have Peter buried. Yeah, crazy. So he gets selected, this guy I know, and he's like on this tour with this guy, and he's talking, you know, to the guy, and he goes, "You sound like local. Like, where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from New Jersey." He's like, "No way." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I moved over here recently, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." And he goes, "You want to hear an interesting fact? Apparently, the Pope loves New Jersey a lot, so much, especially the food, so much so that he ships over pizza from Delucia's."
Really?
No, the Pope?
This is what the guy working in the Vatican told my friend. He said,
We got to go there and ask them
the
this.
Pope will get pizza picked up from Delucia's and sent over.
Do you think Delicious knows like they're sending this to the Pope, or like,
That's
does
what-
he have a guy?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Wow.
I think as a guy.
So they just have no idea who they're sending their pizza
I
to.
doubt they know.
So
How?
my question is, how does it stay warm for that long? Does that like devalue the?
It's probably reheated.
Hey, reheated pizza is great.
Oh, I know it's great, but if you're the Pope, you think you want fresh pizza.
That's
Well,
a crazy story, Josh.
What's
If we
amazing?
broke that,
What's amazing is, yeah, we are going to break it.
Pope.
And I want to get him on the line. I want to see if he can
Pope?
call in.
Who, the Pope?
Not the Pope. Well, my friend also said he has the number of the guy. I don't know why he got his number at the Vatican. So
We need to dig into this because I want to actually see if this is legit.
I mean, how crazy is that the Pope is ordering pizza from Jersey?
Is the Argentinian one?
I'm not Catholic.
Is that the current Pope?
I'm Protestant, so I got no
I
idea.
think
my
he's
brother.
I think he's a Argentinian guy. Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, so he's listen, man. He's getting the pizza sent over, and so my friend casually tells me this. He's just telling me, you know, all these details, and I'm like, what in the world? First off,
This is crazy.
how much power does the Pope have where he could just go, "Hey, pizza from Raritan, New Jersey. I need it."
I think he's like one of the most powerful people in the world.
He is for sure. That's a good.
I want to
point.
go to Delucia's and just ask them straight up, be like, "You guys making pizza for the Pope these days, or what?
Can we make a clip out of this?
What is
do you think?
good?" Yeah,
Okay, good. Because I think that'll be a great way to spread it.
I know, we have
And
to figure this out.
Maybe the Pope will call in.
See, I don't understand a lot about the Pope, even though I am Catholic. His name is George Mario Bergliago, but
Oh, he's a Bergliago.
but then it says better known as Pope Francis. Like, what? When you become the Pope, you just change your name because they're all like Pope Benedict the 27th. And like,
Are you confirmed Catholic?
I am.
So how do you not know this? I feel like this is like
I thought
this is
you
like
guys
your
like
Lord.
worship this dude.
Man, Jimmy.
It was a long time ago.
You got to go visit the priest and,
Basically, the way it works is the same way a rapper gets a name. It's like
oh my gosh, I just drank coffee when you said that.
If you become the Pope, you call yourself whatever you want.
I guess.
You're like, call me, listen, I want to be Matthew. Like you just pick someone from the Bible. All right.
Matthew.
Call me Matthew.
Pope Cho.
Pope Joe. Wait.
They call me Pope Cho.
Cho. I thought you said
AKA
Pope.
Chomick.
All right.
Yeah, I want to share a story about this weekend.
Yeah.
So me and Jimmy went to Arizona this weekend, and because we were talking about earlier how there's like no snow, like some people don't feel the holiday cheer. Well, obviously in Arizona, we were in Scottsdale, absolutely gorgeous.
Beautiful.
But the hotel we were staying at the Fairmont Princess, insane resort. But dude, the whole entire resort, bro, was Christmas. Like every single tree was covered in Christmas lights, all the palm trees, Christmas lights, everything. They had like all these Christmas displays and stuff. You could probably see photos online of this place.
Yeah.
But bro, I was wrong. I was like, oh, going somewhere warm where there's no snow. Like, how do you have the Christmas joy? But our whole entire resort was covered in Christmas lights, holiday music playing in the background, kind of like the mall. Like that mall soundtrack, that's what it sounded like walking through this place.
Yep.
So even though they don't have snow, we were walking around. It was kind of chilly at night. It was like maybe 50 degrees. So we did have like a hoodie on, but we weren't dying. But it was beautiful.
And then in 2017, I was in Arizona as well, and I hiked to the top of the mountain, and there was a Christmas tree, and Santa was up there, and I took a picture with him.
On top of the mountain.
On top of the mountain.
So, yeah.
So I think Arizona is super Christmassy,
Even though they don't have snow.
even though they don't have snow.
I'm not convinced.
Well, I've been to LA in Christmas time, and Los Angeles not good. Like I didn't like it during Christmas time. I feel like it wasn't as festive. But in Scottsdale, everywhere you drive around in Scottsdale, it's just like Christmas lights and holiday cheer everywhere you go. And I was like, man, this is beautiful. Like Scottsdale is probably one of the nicest places I've gone to in this country. Like I was like blown away.
Yeah, but there's nothing like the Northeast.
No.
Of course not. That's why I live here, baby. But like being able to visit there for work, and I thought I was going to go there and not feel Christmas at all. But our whole entire resort was just like a Christmas themed extravaganza.
It was kind of like you were in a snow globe.
Pretty much, yeah. Minus the
There
snow.
was singing penguins.
Oh my gosh, the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Actual penguins?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of. They weren't real. But like there was like these penguins, Josh, that would like sing to you. I stared at them for 5 minutes.
What was going on?
Check this out, bro.
Are there any illegal substances involved in this whole experience?
Absolutely not. Ready?
Oh my gosh. That's like, oh wow, that's
watch.
creepy. You know what that reminds me of?
Chuck E. Cheese.
That reminds me of the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Yeah, it's an animatronic of I don't know how to say that, of a penguin singing, but it's like old school, like they sing these Christmas songs. But like that's basically what we were walking around this whole resort, just things like that happening, Christmas cheer in the air. It made my life.
Yep.
It was probably the best weekend in a very long time,
I agree.
despite no snow.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun and got home safely. But to me, I see those animatronics. I think of Chuck E. Cheese in Union, which has since been knocked down. Thank God they knocked it down. It needed to be knocked down
For a Wawa.
for a while.
The time had
That's
come.
the best transition ever. But that I had real concern as a child about being left overnight at that Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh yeah.
I just was concerned my parents were going to leave me, and I was going to be
think
stuck
I had
overnight.
nightmares as a kid, like being stuck at Chuck E. Cheese.
So creepy, and he was going to come and chase me around.
Well, you got to bring your daughter there. Like it's just
Never.
it's a childhood staple.
No, never. Hey, before we get into the news this week, we want to let you know that we are at the Vintage City offices in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Vintage City has been our home. Vinty is the name of the building we're in for some time, and we love it here.
It's awesome.
It's a wonderful experience.
It's a wonderful life.
We went to our Christmas party last week, met all these awesome small business owners that are here with us, and that might be for you. If you're a small business owner and you're looking for a space to work in, here's what we want you to do. You can call or text Vintage City at 908-259-4488. That's 908-259-4488. And you can say, hey, I want to get a tour. I want to see the space. If you do come by, make sure to walk by our office, take a selfie in front of our window with the studio set up, and tag us in it on Instagram. But yeah, if you're looking for a space to work in, be sure to reach out to the Vintage City office family here and let them know. Thank you.
Guys, Big update, big news. On February 24th, 2024, we, once again, the Garden State, we are doing the Seaside Heights Polar Plunge.
Let's go.
We are the Garden State Plungers. That's our team name. And we are raising money for the New Jersey Special Olympics.
Last year was so much fun. This year we're going a little harder because we got to scope it out last year. We got to see what it was all about. But this year we're bringing our own custom tent.
We're ready, baby.
We're gonna bring some hot cocoa. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be hanging out with some of the local police departments.
Yes,
like we did last year.
It's a fun event.
If you want to just come hang with us, I mean, it's gonna be low key. You're just gonna come show up. You'll run into us.
We'll have a tailgate. There's gonna be some food,
maybe some free stickers. And then we're going to go jump in the ocean together. It's a lot of fun. It's for a great cause. And we want to invite you to come on out with us.
If you want to join our team, the link is in the description of this podcast. Go click on it. Up until December 31st, it is $100 to join the team. And the money goes directly to New Jersey Special Olympics. None of it goes to us. It's for a good cause. So you should definitely consider joining our team. And don't wait until February, because then the price is going to go up. I mean, I'm not stopping you from donating to the New Jersey Special Olympics, but if you want to save some money, join our team before December 31st. And we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You can come join our team, say what's up to us. You don't have to hang out with us the entire time. If you want to go scope out the whole experience, if you want to go see the Wawa truck where they give out the free coffee, if you want to just go with your own crew. But regardless, if you are there or if you do sign up, come say hi to us. We want to say what's up. And it's going to be a great time.
Come through.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good weekend. Let's keep it moving forward here, and let's dive into our mailbag. If you want to call into the mailbag, the number is
908 67 99 99 3.
Hey guys, this is Matthew from Flemington, New Jersey. A long-time listener. It's actually my second time calling. And I wanted to bring up something that y'all were talking about on the last podcast. I know Jimmy was talking about college football a little bit last week, and I'm a huge college football fan. I grew up in the South. I actually went to the University of Georgia. So I'm a huge college football fan. And I think there's a really interesting piece of history that some of your listeners might know, but maybe not everybody. The first ever college football game was actually played in New Jersey. In the year 1869, Rutgers played Princeton, what is considered to be, according to the NCAA website, the first American football game ever. It took place in New Brunswick, and Rutgers won the game. So, if anything, Rutgers and New Jersey can be considered the birthplace of college football. I think it's really cool, piece of history for the state of New Jersey and for Rutgers. So, love the podcast, guys, and keep up the great work.
As a proud alumni of Rutgers University, I did know this. They make this a very big deal, especially during orientation.
They say that during orientation?
Oh, yeah. They, everywhere you turn, they make sure that they slam it in your face.
That's pretty cool. I never knew the first college football game was at Rutgers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't either.
Versus Princeton.
To think about the first college football game ever being in New Jersey, and now with college football being so big down south, makes you think, why isn't college football more popular here?
Well, it wasn't the first college football game. It was the first football game ever.
Oh, first football game in general.
Yeah, in the United States.
That's so awesome.
And there was an audience of 100 people on hand. It was very small.
So do you think it was just like a new sport and people are like, what the heck is this? It's only like 100 people showing up.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like ultimate frisbee or something, right? You're not getting a big crowd.
I was trying to figure out, where did football originate in America? Because baseball's a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
So we kind of own sports then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're one of the best states in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
And we don't have a professional baseball team or a professional football team.
I have to make a confession though. I've never been to a Rutgers football game or a college football game in my life.
The last Rutgers football game I went to, Leaping Leonard was still playing, whatever year that was.
What, you have to tell me what year would that?
I think Ray Rice was
Were you young? Were you like?
Yeah, I was probably in ninth grade.
Oh, so you just went. Why did you go to a college football game just to go?
My friend had tickets.
Nice.
Let me see.
Were they any good?
It was really fun. It was really cold, I remember. Well, he's 39 now. So it had to be...
He was drafted in 2007.
So 2005, 2006. So I was probably 11.
Jimmy, when you were a student at Rutgers, would you go to college football games a lot?
No, I would come home on the weekends for the most part.
But with all friends who lived on campus, did they Was that a big part of their life?
It depended on the person, honestly.
Because like in general, like college, like Rutgers games are pretty packed, right?
Yeah.
I see videos of people posting on their stories. Like they seem pretty hype.
I think it depends on the year and how good the team is.
Yeah.
It's just
Probably a big
crazy,
part of
like
it.
how Jimmy was mentioning last week. He was in Alabama. Like obviously, like Rutgers, like when you're at Rutgers, it's a big deal going to a college football game. But like down in Alabama during a college football game, the whole entire city
It was just so infectious.
is
I've
watching
never
football.
experienced anything like it before. I've never been so drawn to something that I'm not drawn to.
Why do you think it was so infectious?
It was just the whole experience. Everyone around you was like one. It was a very like strong community feel.
And why do you think that college football isn't that popular up here?
Well, I think I don't know about college football in general, but I'm just saying like up here, I think a lot of people have the I'm too cool for this attitude about a lot of things. Like I don't want to
But-
be one with everyone.
No, well, that people treat like the NFL though like that. People are obsessed with the NFL up here.
Football is just bigger in the South in general. Kids go, I mean, it's a bigger high school culture to watch football, Friday night lights. And I think the colleges are probably just have better teams, which might be why. I mean, like Rutgers is all right. They're not like the best though. But if you go down to like LSU or wherever, you're going to see, like Alabama, you're going to see these crazy, crazy facilities that are, I mean, Rutgers has a great facility, I'm sure, but I don't know. I think it's just, there's heavier investment into it and people just care more about it.
Well, I think that brings me back to my question though. Like, why is there more heavier investment there than there is up here?
Well,
And I've always thought about that. Like, it's interesting. Like, I don't know anything about college football because it's not a big thing here.
I think overall there's less to do down there, right? Like up here we have all the major cities. Like there's a lot of options.
There's too much noise up here.
Down there's not as many options, so everyone gets drawn to one thing.
All right, let's dive into the stories for the week. We have a pretty good lineup here for us. A lot of good stories. And this first one was one we actually broke. I think we were the first New Jersey news, page on social media to actually talk about this, which
wild.
felt good that we were ahead of the game. Ricardo the bull woke up in an animal sanctuary after escaping a slaughterhouse in Newark.
This was the bull that was found on the New Jersey transit tracks running through Newark Penn Station. It's a really adorable video if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. So let's give some context here for the listeners. So last week, we woke up on, was it Wednesday morning? Thursday morning to see that NJ Transit trains in Newark were delayed because a wild animal was running on the tracks. How does this happen in Newark? We know now, but at the time it was like, I was dumbfounded.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing a giant bull just running on the tracks in Newark, out of all places.
The Texas Longhorn, who escaped a slaughterhouse and ran through the train tracks in Newark Thursday, was being gently woken from sedation in his new home in Skylands Animal Sanctuary and Rescue in Wantage, New Jersey. Hello, Ricardo. You're looking better than you were a while ago, buddy, Skylands founder Mike Sturra gently tells the befuddled bovine, who's been named after one of the cops who helped bring him to safety.
There you go. There's the naming.
Do you know who I am? I'm your new dad, Sturra tells him. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Have you guys seen this video?
I don't think I saw the video.
Yeah, he's just filming Ricardo talking to him. It's really cute.
We should find the
Dude,
video.
and Ricardo's just staring at him, just like, bro, where am I right now? The dude's so chill.
Hello, Ricardo. You're looking better than you were a little while ago, buddy. Do you know who I am? Huh? I'm your new dad.
Ricardo's like, I don't know.
You're good, buddy. You're
Man,
safe now.
It's a nice looking animal.
Nobody's gonna mess with you anymore. Look how handsome you are.
Ricardo's like, who the heck are you?
You just worry about feeling better. Drink a lot of water. All right, we'll set you up.
I would love a longhorn. I think they're so cool.
We got a lot of, like, the video that we posted of the guys in Newark throwing Ricardo into the back of that truck. Lot of heat for that video, dude.
Why?
Instagram even, like, blurred out the video. You know how, like, you can't see a video because it's, like,
people not?
sensitive information. You can't, like, be careful when watching this video just because they're like, how dare they drag him like this? I'm like, number one, it's a wild animal. This thing can take this. And number two, do you know what you're dealing with, right? You're dealing with a wild bull.
People
You can't
don't
just pick 'em
understand.
up with your hands.
This is the lack of connection to reality that exists in New Jersey that drives me so insane. Is this bull? People wrestle bulls. You know why? They're tough. They're not you. You get dragged up a little ramp onto a cart like him, and you're going to cry about it.
They're beasts.
He doesn't feel anything.
No, he doesn't.
They brand bulls. You
Yeah.
ever see them brand a bull? Like it's like they're tough animals.
People are against that too.
I'm sure they are, but they have less. Here's the thing: is it's always the people that have zero connection with the animals themselves that have the most opinions. Meanwhile, the ranchers, the farmers, the people that are with these things every single day are the ones that got to do this stuff. Meanwhile, the same people commenting on our video on our Instagram 100% eat cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, so I don't know. Everybody is so like it's like the virtue signaling around animals drives me nuts for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, but I just feel like this is a happy ending to Ricardo's journey.
Yeah, Ricardo is now going to be living a longer life than he originally was supposed to be living, and looks like he's in paradise right now. Wantage, dude, just chilling.
It says Ricardo is seen resting in a bed of hay with a yellow number tag dangling from his ear and a few strands of straw decorating his forehead. Good for Ricardo.
Good for Ricardo. The comments were pretty like savage though. Like one person was like, because we put in the caption, he's going to an animal sanctuary. He's gonna be fine. Mm-hmm. And like one of the top comments is like, yeah, there's a restaurant named Sanctuary in Newark. He's headed right there.
That's amazing.
Someone's gonna get mad at that comment, but hey, he's in the animal sanctuary. He's doing good. He's alive. I wonder if people can go visit.
I was going to
Ricardo.
say, I'd like to go visit him.
I wonder if they do like free tours at these places where you can go like see like rescued animals and type, because I'd love to go have a word with him.
Let me look it up right now and I'll tell you.
Yeah, see if it's like open to public.
I hope so.
Imagine.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo, we put you on the internet, bud.
Yeah, you could visit.
Wow. Should we go?
They want us to become vegan. It says on top of the website, become vegan.
Yeah, they push that stuff like really hard.
I have no issue though with like protecting the animals. Like if that's your thing, good for you. I think where I get annoyed is with the people that eat meat, which is 99% of the population, that's in the comments going, "Oh, you're so mean to an animal." It's like, I don't know. I just feel like as long as people don't see what's going on, they're like, "Oh, it's not happening." But then you see something and you're like, "Oh my, this is so horrible," and you're judging other people for the actions they have to take to get this animal onto a trailer. Like, it just feels so hypocritical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And like, meanwhile, you're gonna go to Applebee's tonight and order a burger, not thinking about that was some cow that was slaughtered and you had no connection to it at all. I don't know. That drives me insane for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's the internet.
It's like just don't have an opinion. Just keep it moving. Just see the video and keep it moving. Why do you got to be so like virtuous and call everybody else
You
out?
preaching in the comments is not changing one person's opinion. You just sound annoying.
New
Like,
Jersey.
oh, we're so mean to animals. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
I was going to say New Jersey is the 6th most vegan state in the United States.
Explains so much.
With 405
Well, yeah, I'm not
people per
surprised.
1 million being vegan.
405 per mil.
Yeah.
What's the number one state? Cali.
Number 1 state is Nevada with 942 people per 1 million.
Nevada. Mm-hmm. Never would have guessed Nevada. Let me guess. Number 2 would be Utah.
No, California's number 2.
Ah, so close.
I think I'm about to go the opposite way.
Just going full
Carnivore, no plants at
carnivore
all.
diet.
I've been thinking about going carnivore for a bit.
Well, they say like, well, this is a huge argument.
That's so
online.
funny.
But they say like that's healthy for you.
No, I mean like I know people in my life that have done it for short periods of time. It's basically what is the diet where you cut carbs completely? What is that called?
I don't know.
I don't do diets, so I have no idea.
I just can't imagine.
Keto. It's basically extreme keto. I've heard people that do carnivore for like a month or two. They say you feel so incredible.
So you're not putting any like pasta in your body.
No, there's
rice.
none of the carbs that like fog up your brain. It's just like mental clarity.
No vegetables.
My brother did it and lost like 40 pounds. It was shredded. He did it for
I
a
was
while.
actually thinking,
but it's not for everybody. Clearly, some people
thinking about that.
The thing is, there is no one size fits all diet. It's more like you have to look at your digestion system, your body, and figure out what actually makes sense for you. Like for some people, Mediterranean diets are the wave.
Interesting.
Right? Like for you, that might be the case.
Well,
I mean,
it's funny that you mentioned this because this whole past week I've been eating steak every night this week.
How do you feel?
Good. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, let me have a steak every night, cook it different ways, and figure out which one I like the most because I'm kind of experimenting. and I like it.
Yeah,
It's good.
When I eat a good cut of meat, I feel amazing.
I mean, like, I'm not going full like carnivore. Like, I had like rice on the side yesterday, but like still, like, it's I love steak. Like, I couldn't give that stuff up.
Well, to me, I think I had a catering recently that was it was like, what is the man? My brain is not working today. What is the Italian chicken called where they bread it? Breaded chicken, like Milanesa.
Yeah. Chicken parm.
Yeah, like chicken. I had chicken parm and then some penne vodka and then some raviolis. And when I tell you, it was amazing, the meal. But then the next
Feel
4
awful.
hours, I felt like garbage,
Oh, yeah.
like a slug. And I thought to myself, I don't want to feel this anymore.
Yeah.
And in Jersey, that's how we eat. That's like the food
That's
that's around
Jersey,
you.
baby.
So I'm thinking about like going a little different route.
You would try for like what, like a stint on like a month, and then see like, all right, do I want to continue, or like how long do you have to go to like see the effects of it?
I don't think I'd go full carnivore, but I definitely would increase the meat and then also just do a high fat, sort of like high healthy fat, like eggs and avocado toast for breakfast,
You
like
gotta-
lower, less carbs, you know?
You got to get to that point where like you're like buying a whole entire cow, like from a farm, and then just like stock your freezer.
My brother and I talked about that because there are
splitting.
farmers in New Jersey that'll sell you a full steer.
Yeah.
And you can do
I've
you
seen
can do
like, people
sides
do
of
it
beef.
before.
It's expensive, but it's great quality meat. You
Yeah.
just got to have an ice chest. I don't have one, so I can't.
Yeah, one day when you have a house.
We may do it. I think it would be great because the thing is, we eat a lot of meat right now, my wife and I, and even June likes to like, we'll give her some steak. She loves it. But the thing is, it's just so expensive. You go to even go at Costco, everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to our next story here. Enough about the carnivore.
It's carnivore.
Carnivore. I'm happy Ricardo the Bull had a happy ending to this story. It was funny to see him on the tracks.
You guys are gonna
And,
see a photo of me like taking a selfie with Ricardo next week or something. I'm just gonna show up.
You stop by.
Yeah.
All right, next story. Frustrated casino workers lit up cigarettes in a New Jersey Statehouse meeting this week.
I think this is the most New Jersey thing they could have done.
100%, bro.
1,000%. Yeah, well, for context, for the people watching and the people listening, casino workers in Atlantic City are trying to make it illegal to smoke in a casino. Casinos are the last standing place in New Jersey where you can smoke indoors.
Yep.
And the workers of these casinos are fed up with the situation, and the state keeps kicking the can down the road and not doing anything about it. So finally, they show up, the union shows up, and they decide to smoke cigarettes
In the Statehouse.
in the Statehouse, which I think is...
They all just start lighting up, bro, inside. And
I
they're
mean-
like, yeah, like you guys...
You want to make a point, there it is.
There it is. It's like, this is what we're dealing with at our workplace.
You know, we had a lot of comments on this. We shared this story last week about the casino workers pushing for this. We had so many comments of people defending smoking in casinos.
Oh, 100%.
People saying, get a new job, you know, this is what casinos are, et cetera, et cetera. And
It's like it bred into a casino.
to me, I don't go to casinos, so I have no take on this. You know, I don't,
Neither do I.
Well, I shared my take last week.
yeah.
I've never been affected by this secondhand smoke, to be honest. I don't think it's that. It's just, it smells like cigarette smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the end of the day, how badly is that affecting my health? I don't know.
So let's read this article together, and you know, we could dive a little deeper in the topic. So with prospects for a smoking ban in Atlantic City's casinos looking hazier than ever, workers who want smoking banned took matters into their own hands, lips, and lungs Thursday. Members of the United Auto Workers Union disrupted a meeting of a state assembly committee that had been scheduled to take a preliminary vote on a bill to ban smoking in the casinos by lighting cigarettes and blowing smoke towards the legislators.
That's
hilarious.
Really
They were
sick.
smoking and blowing the smoke. Which, by the way, what does the United Auto Workers Union have to do with casinos?
Kind of like some of these unions just bring other groups in, right? Just because they're called United Auto Workers doesn't mean it's just auto workers. Like CWA, Communication
the boys
Workers of
together.
America, like they have other groups that are not communications workers under them as well.
New Jersey unions, baby. I just feel like there's something old school about it.
No matter what union you're in, as long as you're in a
It's-
union, it's a brotherhood.
It's Jersey, baby.
It's
It's like,
Jersey.
listen, you want us to not smoke in the casino? Guess what? We're gonna have to smoke in the Statehouse, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think
Hey, they made a great point.
it'd be a shame if someone lit a cigarette in the middle of your meeting.
Well, just to say that you're a part of a local too. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's true. And so what went on here is the vote was canceled Wednesday night. when one of the main champions of the workers who wanted the smoking banned in the gambling halls gave up on a bill that would end smoking in non-casinos and embrace some measures the casino industry wants, including enclosed smoking rooms. So 7 members of the union, which represent dealers at 3 casinos in Atlantic City, began smoking in the meeting hall of the Statehouse Annex, where, like virtually all other workplaces in New Jersey, smoking is prohibited. We're not allowed to smoke in your workplace, but you're allowed to smoke in ours, Daniel Vincente, a regional director of the union, told lawmakers through a cloud of exhaled smoke. This is hilarious. So basically, they continued on for a bit and were escorted from the hearing room by state police. There's a quote here. It says, "They say it's okay for secondhand smoke to be blown in our faces all day, every day," Vincente said afterwards. "We wanted to know if it's okay if we did that in their workplace. They said it was inappropriate and we're not allowed here." There you go.
It all comes down to the money, dude. Everyone wants to make money. They know people smoking in the casino is going to have them make more money because people are just going to stay there gambling while they smoke instead of going outside, pausing their gambling time. And that is why nothing's going to change. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to make money. That's the story.
I don't know. I just think smoking's so dirty.
You're gonna lose some listeners. No, I mean, like, look, it is becoming an antiquated sort of habit.
Definitely.
It is
I
for
hate
sure.
smoking.
Yeah, I'm not a smoker.
I mean,
know?
like, how did all our parents do it when they were younger? Like, every restaurant had smoking. What
And it was so bad for them.
Everyone's still doing good.
Now people got cancer.
People are living in their 90s, healthier than ever right now, Jimmy.
Yeah, but the difference is the point of this whole thing is not being in an environment with smoking indoors. It's the workers that are there all day long, 40 hours a week. That's who's making the argument. This is not concerned citizens talking about smoking. These are people going, I have to go to work every day. I'm inhaling smoke. It's like I'm smoking a pack a day, and I don't want that to be the case for me. Now, granted, could you find another line of work? Maybe, but I think culturally we're moving beyond smoking in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Where, I mean, how often do you see someone smoke a cigarette?
Very rare.
It's super rare. Like vapes, I guess, are a thing now, but cigarette smoking has become very, very rare in our culture.
I agree.
I think if this doesn't go through now in the next 10 years, I could see it happening. But here's the thing.
Well, do you see it happening in like other states too, or just Jersey? Because like think about Vegas, how many casinos there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think overall, like smoking indoors became like a thing cross country that doesn't happen anymore.
I guess, but Shomek makes a good point. The casinos have always kind of operated this way.
Because money.
Well, that's the thing is someone said they tried this before and they lose a lot of money. So I think the idea
That's
is
it.
they know, the casinos know if people need to take a smoking break and they're on a tear or if let's say they're losing tons of money.
That's my
and they're
point.
sitting at that blackjack table going and they're stressed and they need to smoke a cigarette to cut the edge. They might leave the casino and stop losing money, smoke the cigarette and maybe go, I'm done for the day. Or come back in and break up the monotony because you know how it works with gambling. When you're on the tear in either direction, there's some weird momentum there happening.
Well,
no?
also think about it. Casinos, no windows, no clocks. They don't want you to know what time of day it is because they want you to stay there all day. So if you're going outside for a smoke break, you're going to look at your phone. You're going to notice, hey, it's still daytime out.
Yeah.
Or it's nighttime. I got to get out of here. They probably calculated millions of dollars of losses if they were to like cancel smoking within a casino. So that's why it's sticking around.
I mean, when you think about it, right? A casino is just a place full of bad habits. It's not like
that's what someone commented on.
It's
our
not
video.
a great place to be in general.
Someone was like, a casino is a place of vice. Let people smoke. That was the argument. I think, okay, you can make that argument, but at the end of the day, you got to figure out who's actually going to work at the casino. That's the issue here. Who is going to work the casino if all the workers are fed up and they're probably going to leave? Because at this point, if it's not going to go through, I'd imagine people are just going to quit.
I think how many workers though are actually upset about it? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, it
Like,
sounds
is it
the
like a
unions,
5%, 10% of the workers there? I don't know. Why aren't the workers in Vegas going crazy over this? There's
probably
way
are.
more people in Vegas smoking than Jersey.
Huh.
So, like, I don't hear about like Vegas trying to like change these laws, even though I don't really follow Vegas news every day like I do Jersey news.
Yeah, it says nearly all casinos in Las Vegas continue to allow smoking indoors. I don't know. I wonder if they have like a really amazing ventilation system pulling the air out.
I mean, like, yeah, I was just in Vegas not long ago. It's not bad. It is a pretty good ventilation. Like, you're not like dying with smoke in your face. It's not like a haze constantly in a casino. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think they do have pretty good ventilation systems to.
So maybe AC ventilation stinks. I don't know. Maybe I haven't been to an AC casino in years. I have no idea. So yeah, maybe work on the HVAC a bit.
All right. Let's move on to this next very, very dark story. Probably the darkest one.
On the Christmas episode too.
We shouldn't be doing this. This one's.
It's the news though. We have to do it.
A New Jersey man has been charged with murdering and decapitating his mother.
Nope.
I don't even know where to begin with this
It's
one.
pretty crazy. A New Jersey man has reportedly been charged in connection with the decapitation and killing of a 74-year-old mother. Police allege Jeffrey Surgeon, 46, of Ocean City, used a knife to kill his mother, Alexandria, according to ABC 7 Chicago. According to the court documents, per the outlet, Surgeon called 911 around 4 p.m. on Friday and told the dispatcher he had just killed his mother, and he also told the dispatcher he had bipolar disorder. Police said when they arrived at the apartment building where Surgeon lived, they found him nude, lying on top of his mother's decapitated body, according to the outlets. Court documents also said Surgeon repeatedly apologized for killing his mother. So this is a really dark story. Murdered his mom, and, I think I've said it.
Laying on top of her body while the head is in the other part of the room.
Yeah. Police placed Jeffrey Surgeon in handcuffs at the apartment and it was cleared for safety. Then as police took him away, Surgeon screamed over and over again that he had killed his mother and he was sorry. He began to sing, "Jesus Loves Me." This is just someone there's extreme. It's both extremely evil and extremely mentally ill.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't really have a lot of comments on this. A short time later, Jeffrey Surgeon is seen peeking out the front of the apartment and pulling his mother's body into the hallway. And then he laid on it, which is super weird. So this guy is just completely deranged, and I don't know what they'll do with him. I'd imagine there will be some sort of incarceration, be it a mental hospital.
It would have to be a mental hospital, right?
Yeah, I don't think you could just throw him in Rahway State Penitentiary with these kinds of issues. I think some of it needs to be addressed somewhere, but this is like a level of evil that's just, it's so wicked, pretty disturbing.
Yeah, and you wonder what actually went down, because his mother came to visit him. This was at his home. Mother comes visit during the holidays. I don't know what their relationship was beforehand, but something went down there where he snapped and he went off to kill his mother and chop her head off.
Yeah. There's also a GoFundMe page for Alexandria's grandson, Chase Surgeon, to pay for her funeral costs. In the bio for the page, Alexandria is referred to as the greatest grandmother in the world who lived with us and helped us with our day-to-day lives. So this is tragic.
Our family going through this pain in Christmas time too, man.
There's other people involved, other family members that have to move on with life after this horrific incident. It's not just like the two of them existed. So it's just really sad, really, really sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those are the details I want to share. There's a few other things here, but I don't even want to get into them.
What were they?
No, I don't want to talk about them. I think that's all we need to say.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. It's just dark. It's pretty. There's nothing pertinent that you need to hear. That's what I'm
too
getting
dark
at.
for
Like, there's things that are just going to make it more sensational.
If you were,
Yeah.
I don't want to comment because I don't know anything about it, but they say he dealt with bipolar disorder. So,
he definitely has some serious.
is this something
mental
where it's just like
problems.
he had no control over, when he snapped? I know, because there's probably different levels of bipolar disorder.
I mean, last time we talked about bipolar disorder, we had people in our comments coming after us. I don't want to speak out of terms, but because there's lots of bipolar people around you every single day that don't murder people. So I think this sounds like a severe case of mental illness, of probably a lot of different things going on beyond just being bipolar. Bipolar is, to my knowledge, there's a few types of bipolar, like type 1, type 2, I believe. And it's mania, it's manic episodes where you're on a high and then you're in depressive lows. It's just emotional extremes, to my knowledge. I'm not a psychiatrist or whatever, but I don't. This sounds like something even deeper. Maybe it was an extreme case of mental illness.
Goodness.
But also, there's people that are extremely mentally ill all around us that don't go and decapitate their mom. So it just sounds like there's a level of evil, and sinister. You know,
that's not happening anywhere, bro.
But at the same time, I heard a story the other day. I read this about this guy that went on a Greyhound bus and did the same. He sat next to a guy on the bus and did the same thing to him. And
wait, killed him?
He killed him and cut his head off on a Greyhound bus.
On the bus.
Yep. And then
what were the other people around him doing?
They stopped the bus and everybody got off the bus and he was just in there with the guy. Yeah, it was so creepy, the story. This was somewhere, I don't know where. But he said the same thing. He was like hearing voices telling him, you know, he had to do it. And it's just so...
Well, it was like that girl in like Times Square or like in New York where she was like, I heard voices to like just drive my car over like people.
It's evil. So, you know, no real update here. He's currently in custody in Cape May County. So one other point here is Alexandria was visiting her son the day the incident occurred. That was what you had said before. And that's really it, man. So,
I think the only positive part that comes out of this story is, you know, if you want to help the family, check out their GoFundMe.
For sure.
How can they search for that GoFundMe, Josh?
Here you go. Oh, wow. It's fully funded. Oh, almost fully funded.
Wow.
It's called Grandmother Murdered, Need Money for Burial. If you look that up, it's a photo of the woman, and the grandson, Chase Surgeon, is organizing this. We should put this on our Instagram story or something, Josh.
That's wild. Good for them. They're almost at their goal. So sad.
Really, really crazy. We should put this out there for people to see. But because that's horrible that this kid has to deal with. I don't know how you move on with life after something like this.
No.
You know, I don't know how you ever have any semblance of a normal life again. It's very sad. All right. And that's why I think when we read these stories, the reason I get so like stern is because these are real people. I think this is the easiest thing to forget. You know, it reminds me of the call we got a few weeks ago with the kid. But, you know, when you read the news, you can find comedy in almost anything. You can find, you know, you can have funny takes about everything. Then, you know, because this is local, these are real people that have to deal with tomorrow after the episode airs and we make some funny jokes. Like, they still got to go on with their life. And it's probably horrible, horrible, horrible.
Yeah.
So, just really sad. Hopefully, you know, that young man can move on with his life. So, let's move on to the next story here regarding the school system in New Jersey. The schools are running wild with the sewers run red with Burgundy's blood.
The sewers run red. Stop.
Love it. So education advocates are pushing once again to end New Jersey's high school exit exams.
Good. You don't need one test to help you get out of school. Just get good grades, graduate, and get out of there.
See, I see both sides of this.
Me too.
Did we take exit exams? I don't remember. Well, I probably failed it.
Obviously, you didn't.
You're not in high school anymore. I see both sides of this. I think if they're trying to get rid of the exit exams because it's an antiquated sort of tool, then I can understand it. But if they're trying to get rid of it because they don't have enough kids passing it, then that's not a good reason to get rid of it.
That's a problem.
Then it's like, so you're just trying to mess with things so it looks like kids are doing a lot better than they're doing.
But my thing is, it's like if you were going through all this work the entire year, you're doing all your tests, you get straight A's across the board. Why do you need one test to get you out of that school? Just you have a good 4.0 GPA. Get out of there. You did great this school year. What's the point of an exam?
I think it's a standardized way of going. We want to make sure everybody that leaves any high school in New Jersey has attained a certain level of knowledge.
Yep.
And there shouldn't be any issue with that if you went through all your classes.
Yeah, I guess like say you had one teacher who was kind of like just super nice with the grading, where like you were getting C's and they're giving you A's because they feel bad for you. Maybe this is a good way to figure out, was this kid actually learning something? So I see it from that side, but like still, I think it's dumb.
Chomik, do you remember the New Jersey Ask test back in the day?
Yeah, I hated those things.
Yeah.
They were so dumb. I never understood why we were taking all that.
They actually phased it out.
You say like I wasn't in New Jersey high school. at the same time as you.
Yeah, but this wasn't in high school. This was elementary school.
Oh, then I didn't do it.
This was like third grade.
I remember like, oh, the ask is coming up. It was such a big deal.
Yeah.
They scared us with that. They're like, you guys got to study. You guys got to be ready for this big test. If you fail it, you're done for life.
And then
they really scared and threatened you when you were younger, bro.
High school was the HESPA, and
I remember HESPA.
Ugh, hate that name.
I think more recently they call it the park now.
Goodness, why do they? Oh my gosh, I remember in high school, I'm getting PTSD hearing HESPA. Like it was the worst day ever. Like I didn't want to take any of those tests.
So listen to what this article says, because it kind of dives into the point I was making earlier on. As scores on New Jersey's high school graduation exit exam show large percentages of students are not graduation ready, some education advocates are hoping for a last-ditch effort to eliminate the exit test before the end of the lame duck legislation session. So it's the latest effort to end the graduation test, with opponents pushing for nearly 10 years against the various tests that they say can be biased and not an adequate measure of student performance. The New Jersey Graduation Proficiency Assessment is designed to measure whether students are prepared to graduate based on their knowledge of standards in grade 10 English, language arts, and Algebra 1 and geometry. The test serves as the primary pathway for students to fulfill their graduation requirements. In 2023, 80.5% of students passed the ELA exam, and 55% of students passed the math exam. Black and Hispanic students, as well as economically disadvantaged students, multilingual learners, and students with disabilities scored below average. The Assembly passed a bill calling for the elimination of the graduation test in June, but the bill has not moved to the Senate. The legislation has the support of Senate Education Committee Chair Vin Gopal and major education groups, including the New Jersey School Boards Association, New Jersey Association of School Administrators, and the New Jersey Principals and Supervisor Association. So here's the question. Are they saying the test is racist because Black and Hispanic students are failing? And if that's the case, why are why are Asian students not failing the test?
I have no idea.
To me, this sounds like a little bit like our educators, not our teachers, because we have some great teachers in the state, but the people in charge of this are trying to skate around the fact that they're failing students, these Black and Hispanic students and disadvantaged students. Either them or there's other issues going on. Because to go, well, these people aren't passing the test, let's just get rid of the exam, seems a little bit like a cop-out, doesn't it?
That does sound like a cop-out, yeah.
Like, well, why don't we figure out what's going on here? So certain people are failing the exam. There's nothing wrong with geometry, hasn't changed. Like, geometry is unbiased. Geometry is just numbers on a page. You got to pass it or fail it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it will not change. So I don't know what the actual goal is here. It just seems like to dance around the actual issue at hand.
But the question is, like, are these kids passing their normal tests? Are they passing in the classroom before taking this test?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because like, if they're not passing any of those tests, they shouldn't even get to this point. They should be like, there should be an investigation. They should look into this, being like, why are these kids not passing their classes? And the kids are going to just stay back. And then they're going to look into like, what's this teacher doing, or like, whose fault is it?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just seems a bit like we're trying to make the education system a bit more lukewarm to not deal with the reality of certain issues that are at hand.
Even though I do think, like, I don't know if the answer is having an exit exam.
I'm fine with not having an exit exam, but
as long as good grades,
as long as it doesn't serve as a way for us not to think about people that are being underserved, or like the fact that people are just not being educated.
Yeah.
Like if the point is, hey, we're going to do away with the exit exam, but we have a real plan here to help these kids learn, then okay, I'm open to that. But if the plan
I think that's awesome.
If the plan is we're going to do away with the exam, so we don't have to look every year at the results where all these kids are failing and it's getting worse every year, and we have to be held accountable for that, then that's stupid.
Well, yeah. Nonetheless, even if they do get rid of the exit exam, they definitely should look into why these kids are failing.
I'm sure they've looked at it. I'm sure they have. That's the thing.
Kids are probably just on their phones all day, dude. And kids are disobedient. They don't want to listen to their teachers. They don't want to learn.
At the end of the day, we all knew somebody in our high school that I think we can all relate with the experience of knowing somebody that maybe was disinterested in learning, or didn't value learning, or just had other priorities.
Yeah.
I remember this one kid in my class, my English class. I'm telling you, he was brilliant. He was so smart. I remember thinking as like a junior in high school, this guy's like the smartest person I've ever met in my life. Really smart guy. And he started messing around with some stuff he shouldn't have senior year, and everything went south.
Classic.
And I just remember thinking like, man, what a gift to be that smart. I remember because we had to work on a project together in a creative writing class, I think it was, or English, something. And I just remember thinking like, man, I wish I was as smart as him. And what it comes down to is, this is not these exams, I don't think exams are always a measure of your intelligence. They're just a measure of have you learned the information. In order to learn information, you got to want to learn information. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think, I don't think this is only, it talks about different groups that are failing. I'm sure there's a lot of different people here failing these exams. And what it comes down to is, I think there's two things. Are these educators doing a good job of educating the kids? That's the first thing. And the second handle to this is there a value being placed on the education on these students? Like, do they care about learning? Because I'm around kids nowadays, and I hear horror stories of kids in school where they are just so into. I saw this TikTok of a teacher saying the other day in Florida. He was like, most kids in middle school that I'm a part of, and he's like, and this is a good middle school, they have no interest in learning. And it's at the point where kids will show up to school just because they want to buy vapes from their friends and then just leave. And it's like, this is not a bad school district. This is a good district. It's a mess. Kids, there's something going on with kids where they've just, I think COVID was a big part of it, but also they're just ruthless. They don't care. They do not care. And I think a lot of these parents are struggling to get a handle on their kids, which is a whole nother part of this. But
I was going to say, it comes down to what's the home life look like.
Yeah.
Like my parents were, dude, if I got like a bad grade, my parents were on me. Like it was not good. Like I would get things taken away from me as a younger kid if I wasn't getting good grades. Like no more video games, no more TV, because you have to focus more on school. So are these kids disciplined at home, or do the parents not even care?
I think kids aren't afraid of their parents anymore.
And that's another problem.
Like kids need the fear of God in them.
Well, some parents don't even care. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, it all goes back and forth.
Yeah, I just think I'm not saying I'm opposed to this. If they want to get rid of the bill, I'm gonna get rid of the exams. That's fine as long as there is an approach and a plan here as long as kids are being served properly. That's all I care about. As long as the students are being served and educated properly, you can do with the education what you will. There are great teachers that are frustrated with their classrooms. I talk to them all the time. Incredible teachers that are passionate. They do their work. They show up ready to educate kids, and they're frustrated with the lack of, and I've heard this from like 3 different teachers. The kids they misbehave and their parents do not care.
Yep.
They talk to the parents and they do not care, whether that's because they're stressed about money, whether it's because they're stressed about work, whether it's because they just don't care. And they're like, my kid's right, you're wrong. Who knows? But education needs to be a partnership between parents and educators. It can't just be, I'm sending my kid to school, figure it out. No, it needs to be hand in hand. We're going to work on this together. Because if it's not that way, then you're going to have kids failing these exams and it's going to be a mess. So, to me, I don't know. I guess, does that make sense?
Yeah. Side note, I think the SAT should be banned.
I think the SATs are becoming less and less important.
It doesn't make any
sure.
sense. I failed my SAT 4 times. And guess
Really?
what?
4 times?
I still got my associate's degree. I think because I was focused in college, I was like, I want to get my degree. I'm going to work hard. But this long 4-hour test I had to take, I couldn't focus. I studied a ton. I just wasn't good at test taking. But if I was learning something I wanted to learn, I crushed it. I went for extra help in college. I tried to get good grades on my calculus tests. That one test, I hate how that determined if I can go to college or not.
I think it's just going to get smarter. We're going to find better ways to understand your level of education. I do agree. I took the SAT once.
My parents kept making me go back because I kept getting terrible grades on it. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you guys here. It's just not happening.
Did you take any prep courses?
I did. I did
wow.
I did the first time. I did whatever that course was called, like when you had to learn, you take a fake test or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that.
I remember sitting in Westfield High School for how long is the test? It's like 4 hours.
It's long.
Oh my gosh! After the 2 hours, I was like, I'm done.
I took mine at Cranford and Westfield High School. I took it a few times.
Yeah.
I like Cranford High School so much better. It's a beautiful building. It's
a great school, man.
It feels like
I loved
you're
it there.
walking to a castle when you walk into Cranford High School.
Cranford High School was a great high school. I can't recommend it enough. Loved going there.
Can't recommend it enough.
But you think like, oh, like
Move to
Westfield's
Cranford.
going to have like this like such like grandiose high school, but no, Cranford's where it's at.
It's just old school.
Yeah.
I took my SATs once, and I knew I was destined for community college. I'm from a big family. I'm one of 8. And my parents kind of told us, that's the route we do in this house. You're going to community, then you can do whatever you want after that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care. Generally, I didn't care about my education.
Because you're like, I'm going to go county. I'm good.
Yeah, I wish I cared more because I think I could have done really, really well. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I was one of those A-B students without really trying kind of through high school, and I wish I had worked really hard. But I just didn't care. And then when the SATs came around, my parents didn't force me to take any prep classes, which I wish they did. And I took it once, and I didn't do fantastic. And I just was like, yeah, well, whatever. We'll keep it moving. And in the grand scheme, you're right. It is mattering less. I know kids that aren't even submitting their SATs to colleges.
Yeah.
Really?
I know a few kids that have told me that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it just is like.
And the
I don't know.
colleges don't care. Like, they'll take them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
But
'Cause
also-
you also mature when you like graduate high school. Like, you become an adult. You're like, all right, I'm going to college. I'm paying for college because I want to learn something. Even though that's not the matter. A lot of kids' parents are paying for them to go to these crazy universities for them to only just fail out and party. That's a different story. But like, I went to community college because I paid out of my pocket myself for my own education. And at first I stopped. I went for like a few semesters and I was like, I'm just going to work because I don't want to pay for school because I don't want to go to school. And then I eventually went back and got my associates because I wanted to learn something. So it's like, if you want to learn, you will learn.
So I think this is the bigger issue with education that I have is not everyone's meant to go to college.
No.
No.
This
I
is
agree.
the baby boomers got indoctrinated to believe if your kid doesn't go to college, and shout out to the boomers, our parents' generation, they got this belief ingrained in them that if your kid doesn't go to college, they're going to be a failure at life. And I think this is another thing I believe if I could predict in the next 10 years, college is going to, you're going to begin to see some colleges die, I think, rightly so. You're going to see universities be on the ropes as kids pick other routes, like different vocations, whether it's trades, et cetera. But also, you're going to see companies start going, I don't care if you have a degree, they're going to find better ways to assess the value of future employees. They're going to be able to better, like Elon Musk says, I don't care what college you went to, right? And Elon's probably the future of everything.
Yeah.
And the idea is we all knew people that I think you can take a test well, you can get A's, but what value do you actually have? Like Josh, for you talked about your SATs. You're one of the most talented people I know. Like we have this podcast that is largely come from your brain, but the SAT was not the way to assess your value to a corporation, I don't think.
Absolutely not.
And in the same way, I read this article the other day that a majority of Yale students got A's last year. So the majority of students in Yale are getting A's, which kind of is creating this conversation of have universities become places that are more just like everybody's meant to pass, which is not the point of college. The point of college is not that everybody in America goes to college and everybody gets an A and you go on with your A and go get a corporate job. The point of college is it's a rigorous environment for you to be, it's higher education.
Yeah.
And people should be failing because it should be hard to get through. And not everybody, I remember, I think I told this story in the podcast before. I was in college sitting next to this kid. We were in, I think it was economics. And he was sitting there and he was so frustrated. He was like rubbing his head like in anger. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I just can't understand this. I can't. Like, he's like, I've tried. I've gone to the tutor. I cannot understand it. And we got into this long conversation and he tells me his dad's a mechanic. His dad has a really big shop. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, go be a mechanic. Like, you don't have to understand economics. It's fine if you don't. In fact, maybe it's for the best. Maybe you'll be way more fulfilled not forcing square peg, round hole for your entire life, trying to be some suit when, like, that's how my brain works. I couldn't be an accountant. I don't have the mental makeup to go be an accountant.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the issue here and that might be the issue with the standardized tests is we're trying to fit everybody on this conveyor belt of education. And I don't know that it works for everybody.
No.
You know,
It definitely doesn't.
For me, I was probably more meant to be a plumber than anything. You know, like that's
Yeah.
how my brain works. Is I'm very, like, and you and I are similar like that, where I like to work with my hands. I like to understand the function of how things operate. And I'm not a numbers guy. And if everybody at Yale's getting an A, then nobody's getting an A.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It's if everybody's beautiful, nobody's beautiful, right? Like that's kind of the idea. If every movie is an Oscar winner, then there are no Oscar winners, right? Because there's no hierarchy. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think either way, as long as people are getting educated, I don't care if we have a test or not. Just get the kids educated.
Yeah.
Last story of our Christmas episode. There is a Grinch on the loose in South Jersey destroying Christmas decorations.
And everyone has cameras these days, so
What are you doing?
what are we doing?
The article says, you better watch out. There's a new Grinch stealing Christmas decorations, that is. A suspect has been caught on doorbell and surveillance videos taking decorations from homes in South Jersey neighborhoods. Fox 29's Shawnette Williams went to Gloucester County to get the scoop. It's very much a shame, said Ronald Pritchett. It has residents of several Mullica Hill neighborhoods on guard after Harrison Township Police released pictures from doorbell and home security cameras. Police say they show suspects wanted for criminal mischief involving Christmas decorations. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised nowadays to hear what people are doing, said Pritchett. So what's happening here is these hooligans are going around and they're vandalizing and stealing Christmas decorations. And what the motive is, I don't know.
Do you think there's a chance that someone has a massive Christmas display and they're just looking for more lights?
They just keep adding to it. Or do you think they're taking it to sell it?
Christmas
or they're
lights
just
are
doing
expensive.
They are expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I mean, could this borderline a hate crime? Because Christmas is a religious holiday. I know that sounds crazy, but like if you were going around stealing menorahs, would it not be considered a hate crime?
It would be.
Yeah, man.
It would be.
It would be.
I don't know. I'm being facetious in saying that. It's obviously I'm trying to make a point, but I think maybe they just hate Christmas. They just hate it. They're a Grinch, like the article said.
Some people just want to raise hell. They want to mess up the holidays for everyone, and they're just crazy.
We've already had Mischief Night. We don't need this.
Yeah, I don't know what could be someone's goal here. What's the end game? It sounds again like 16-year-old teenage edgy boy activity.
I think it might be about the money. I think because Christmas lights are expensive, these guys probably load up their trucks. They probably go from house to house, load up on tons of lights, or from each house they grab a few different things. And then, I don't know, maybe next year, maybe they like rebox it or they try to sell it online next year. There's probably like some underground business going on that we don't know about.
I envisioned like the back of some guy's pickup truck in Philly. Like this guy's like, you want to buy some Christmas lights?
Right.
Christmas light dealer.
I just like, I think it's so dumb.
I think
Where's the video?
I think you
stealing
might
the
be
video?
right, Josh. Well, the video only shows photos of their cars driving past.
Oh, there's no video of like a guy like just grabbing lights?
There's a...
I thought it was caught on Ring.
Well, they caught the cars on Ring. This is an interview with the guy on Fox 29. I'm trying to find the actual footage of the car, which you can see. I think it's right here. There's the car driving past, but they don't show the vandalism. So it sounds like a vandalism and a theft. So that's the thing. If it's vandalism, if you're just going around destroying people's decorations,
it's awful.
Yeah.
First off, this is why you should own a paintball gun.
But even if you shoot someone and say you shoot someone with a paintball gun, you hit them in the face and like, I don't know, something, like their eye gets, blown out. Like you're going to get some big trouble for that.
I don't own a paintball gun. I didn't shoot him.
Yeah, of course you didn't.
Yeah, I think that was my neighbor or something.
But I feel like there's a way they could prove that you actually did shoot them with a paintball gun.
I don't know what you're talking. I don't own a paintball gun.
What if your Ring doorbell captured you shooting them with a paintball gun and you didn't delete
Ring
the
doorbell
footage?
It doesn't have a memory card in it.
But say it did have a memory card. What happens if it did?
No, but it doesn't. That's the point. Is it doesn't have.
Got it. So they just got hit with a random paintball. You don't know where it came from.
If you'd like to obtain a warrant to look into the Ring, you're more than welcome to. But
you're
right
not going to
now,
find anything on there.
It's just broken, so I can't show you it.
Got it.
See,
Man,
Josh, you gotta get trained in this stuff, man.
That's interesting. I don't own a paintball gun either, Josh.
Jimmy's shaking his head. Our moms are all going to listen to this like, what is going on with these boys?
I mean, like if you saw someone stealing your Christmas lights,
then they may get hit by a paintball. That's all I'm saying. And it may or may not be mine. I don't own a paintball gun though.
Would you give him a warning?
No.
Would you like walk out there and be like, what are you doing?
Listen, Kevin McAllister took care of this sort of situation
he did a good job.
Very plainly. You get a BB gun, you shoot him right between the eyes. Or you know what you could do is you put water on all the steps going up to the house.
Oh, so it freezes.
Yeah,
and
and
when they
they-
walk up, they slide down.
And then when they walk up, they slip.
That's
you
actually
know?
a great tactic. Kevin McAllister really knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Local legend.
I watched that movie the other night. I mean, we watch it every year. And what kind of annoys me is the bell at the church rings 8 o'clock, right?
What's annoying about that?
So he's at the church. The bell rings 8, and he knows they're coming at 9 o'clock. So there's an hour. He runs home from the church and sets up the most elaborate string of plans in
In
what,
an hour.
In what, 40 minutes?
Because he had the plans. He had everything prepped.
He had the plan rolled out. But here's the thing. They show him putting tar on the steps, the nail through the shingle.
Yeah.
You know, the laying out the Christmas ornaments. If I knew everything I had to do in that big house and I had it all laid out, it would still take me a solid 2 hours to set that up.
And you're not Kevin McAllister. That's why.
I mean, the iron up the vent, that's like, come on, that would be an hour in itself for me, I think, to figure that whole thing out.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. I could probably get that done in like 5 to 10. That might take the longer. That might be like 10 minutes.
You got to balance the iron at the top with
Well,
the string hanging
He
down.
knew exactly how to balance it. It was in his plans. It was in the
That's
blueprint.
True. That's
so.
true. And he is Kevin McAllister.
As long
This
as
is
you
also
have,
true.
if you have a blueprint in life, if you have the roadmap in front of you, you're
Whoa.
going to be able to handle what life gives you. What life comes at you, bro. If you have that blueprint in front of you, you'll be able to crush it like this in no time, baby. There's nothing to worry about.
Josh, you were about to preach right there, I think.
Well, I hope that word was for someone today.
Yeah, I think
There's a lot of roadblocks in life.
Yeah.
A lot of things coming at you heavy this holiday season.
Uh-huh.
But guess what? You gotta figure it out. You gotta have a little plan
Yep.
and make something happen.
I agree. Kevin McAllister, man, you heard the theory that he's actually Jigsaw?
Oh, for the Saw series?
It's a prequel to the Saw series.
I mean, like, he's pretty good at planning things out like that, so I wouldn't see why not.
Did you see Macaulay Culkin get his star the other day in Viral?
In Hollywood?
Yeah.
No way. He just got it now?
He got a star, and he's married to Brenda Song now. Do you know Brenda Song?
I
From
don't.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yes. Wait, they're married?
Yeah, and
Wow.
he seems amazing. He seems like he's doing really well.
I've seen him in, like, recent commercials and stuff. Like, he seems like he's off the drugs. He's off
Sobered up and has a kid now, and he seemed
Good.
it was very, very
Amazing.
nice. He delivered this little speech thanking everybody, and then he ended
Christmas
by
miracle.
saying, I know it is the holiday season, so Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. It's pretty nice. So, all right,
for
well,
him.
that's the end of this episode, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's all we got for you.
Is everyone doing anything fun for Christmas?
I will be with my family in Morris County, New Jersey.
Morris County.
Morris County.
You're just giving up a lot of details here, bud.
Yeah.
I used to spend my Christmases in Morris County.
What
but,
town?
Morris Plains.
Nice.
But now
Oh!
we're in Union County.
You just remind me of something. I have to make a clip asking the listeners on TikTok and Instagram to sell me their house.
Oh yeah.
We got to do that soon. In the new year, we're going to do that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe,
So you're not doing it now.
No, we'll do it in the new year.
Okay.
I need to make one of those for myself as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might just go for it too at this point. With the
I-
way the economy is headed.
I just want to take advantage of this platform.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like writing a letter to Santa, but you're just making a video on Instagram and hoping someone watches it.
Also, you're still gonna have to pay for it. No one's just gonna be like, "Here's a house."
Well, you don't know that.
I don't need them to give it to me. I
You
just
don't
need it to
know
be
that.
private sale and for them not to put it on the market.
Yes.
That's all I'm looking for. So
Did you put that on your Christmas list this year? Maybe Santa was going to give you something that you needed.
I saw this meme about, how memes are like edgy now?
Yeah.
And it was about how Santa, it's like Santa doing the math on how to give better gifts to richer kids and worse gifts to poorer kids.
Nice.
Something like that. Just
That's
kind of like
amazing.
messing with the idea of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like, that doesn't, like, if I was a kid, I'd be like, why is Santa so extra generous to the rich kids and so under generous to the
That does make a lot of sense.
It doesn't make any sense. You're like, man, this guy's cruel. But I don't know, ADD. I think you and I both have ADD, Josh.
What are you talking about? ADD?
You're looking at the ceiling right now.
I'm looking at our New Jersey flag. It's beautiful.
I'm
When's our
pretty sure
Garden
I
State
do,
flag
too.
arrive into the studio?
It should be next few weeks.
Yes.
So-
In the American, we need an American flag in here.
Yeah, we're gonna get all three of them lined up, and we'll do the pledge every Thursday
We can start
morning.
the podcast with a Pledge of Allegiance.
And with that, though, guys, that is the end of our holiday episode. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll be here before the new year.
Well,
but,
I mean, yeah, we're back next week, next Friday.
Enjoy it. Drive safely. People get crazy on the roads in New Jersey around the holidays, and we hope it's a happy and safe one for you.
Seriously,
Christmas
drive safe.
or Hanukkah for you, depending on which you celebrate. And we will catch you next week, next Friday.
If as long as we don't anything unfortunate happens to us, we will be back here on Friday next week.
Lord willing, we'll be back.
Yeah, with some awesome Christmas presents from Santa Claus.
Yeah. And
Maybe he'll bring the pod something. I don't know.
Ooh. Okay. Under that little tree.
Yeah, I wrote a list.
We should do a white elephant gift exchange next week.
Yes.
Cool.
There's just the three of us.
Right. We have a few days. Let's go.
Get Jordan in on it.
We should do it like a $10 thing next episode. We'd give our gifts to each other.
I'm down. All right. And with that, thank you everybody for listening. We will catch you next week. Have an amazing week. And Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Later.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.